What's up, y'all? So, I just read this article, right? And it gave me this real ass realization of the world we live in. Okay, so basically, for those that don't know, the government, they talking about a government shutdown or whatever. So this would be like, I think in the article it said this would be the fourth time in a decade that this has happened. But honestly and truly, when it happened during the pandemic, yeah, it was a shutdown, yeah, it was looting, but I don't think it'll be this next shutdown. I don't think it'll be as chaotic as that one, but also I feel like it's gonna be more expansive than what it was during the pandemic because like over it's human nature to learn from your experiences. So they already figured out if we put these people in chaos, this is the first thing they're gonna do. So I guarantee the first thing they're gonna do is put more police on the streets. They're gonna secure the streets first. And then once they do that, then that's when they're gonna start doing whatever it is that government shutdowns, whatever happens during government shutdowns. But what really just blew my mind about the article is the fact that they having a meeting, the Senate, because that's where the money is controlled at, in the Senate, Congress, that legislative branch of the trio. So my thing is, they're trying to figure out how they're gonna fund the government, but you got $6 billion going to Ukraine of taxpayers' money that is made for taxpayers in this country, but you giving it to another country. And now you got to have a meeting to try to figure out how to fund the country that you're defunding to fund another one. See, this is exactly why I don't believe in that saying, you got to rob Peter to pay Paul. Like, no, if I'm in debt, like, have y'all ever looked at the debt clock of United States? You should go look at it and see how much that money in your pocket or your money in your bank account is worth. I'm just going to leave it at that. But I'm building this principle in my life that I would love to see grow through my legacy, but I don't believe in paying debt while you're in debt. Like, don't get me wrong. Yeah, in order to get out of debt, you have to pay it while you're in debt, of course. But it's like, if you can put all your ducks in order, if you can align everything in place so that you can get out of debt and then you pay off what you in debt for, then I feel like that makes more sense. So it's like, to Shay explain it. Okay. I got this big scrunchie, right? I have all these locks. I'm not going to try to put all my locks in a scrunchie that's this size. If I know that eventually this is going to break and it's this big and it can only go so far, I'm not going to keep putting my locks into this. I'm not going to keep trying to stretch this rubber band to as far as I can get it, because I don't want to go get a rubber band that's more fitting for my hair. One, I'm breaking my hair off. Two, I'm doing too much when it could all be so simple if you just make this slight adjustment. And it's like, that's how I feel like the government, like, all of this needs to be shifted to a different perspective. And this is why I constantly say, like, I don't trust the government, because it's too many people that look the same, that think, and act the same, sitting at the same table expecting to change the world for people that don't look, think, or act like them. Like, to me, that is the stupidest thing in the world. Like, if we gonna have like a round table discussion on a whole bunch of different topics that caters to a whole bunch of different cultures, why not get the different cultures that it touch at the table? They were just talking about this last night on the radio show, like with that round table discussion for love and hip hop. Like, why have, if you're gonna be talking about a subject, why not have the subject at the table so that the subject can bring that perspective to the table? And it's like, that's how I feel about this government shutdown. Like, I, I honestly, for one, I strongly feel like it is a election gimmick, because mind you, elections is next year, and we haven't heard anything about who's running, who's doing what. Like, don't be wrong, me being me, I go look, but I ain't been seeing anything being promoted, anything like that. And mind you, the congressional elections just passed, so it's like, what's next? Like, what's finna go on? Like, what they got up their sleeve? Because it's things are changing. Like, you got the Fed now that's developing. You got crypto that's been developing, that's still developing. Like, digital currencies. It's so much going on in the world to where it make you question, like, what's next to come, because something coming. I just don't know what it is. I ain't finna sit right here and theorize and hop all into those conspiracies. But real eyes realize real lies. And it's like, if we don't learn to think for ourselves and really challenge these thoughts and really dive deep into these wells of thinking, then we won't ever be able to see what God wants us to see, so we can alleviate our struggle, get out of this hole that we've been stuck in for so long. Like, because I truly believe, like, in liberation and independence for all people. Like, yeah, yeah, and when I say all people, it's big emphasis on Black people, if that's what you call yourself. African people, if that's what you refer to yourself as too. But it's like a big emphasis on that demographic, because that's my people, that's my community. But I say all people because I heard Lauryn Hill say this in the song that really touched my life. But she said, when it rains, it don't rain on one man's house. That's why I say all people. Emphasis on my people that live in the house like I do. But all people, because we all in this together. And when it rains outside, if it was a flood that hit my block right now that was trying to take out all the houses on the block, it's gonna attack all the houses on the block, not just mine, not just my neighbors. So it's like, I feel like as a community of people, we need to get out of that web, or that ain't my problem, it couldn't be me. But it's like, just because it's not in your backyard today, don't mean it won't be tomorrow. Don't mean it was yesterday. You just ain't say nothing because you just didn't realize that that's what it was. You just called it something different. And that's what people don't be understanding. That's a whole different conversation though. Because ignorance is safer, but it's not bliss. And it's like, who knows what tomorrow may bring? But knowing that you have a hand in the thought process of what tomorrow looks like for you will make all the more difference in what you do for the next generation. Because it's like, at some point, something got to give. Because to what end is the question. Like, I'm going to leave it at that. Peace and love. Enjoy your day. I hope I didn't scare you with this conversation. But if I did, research everything I said. And if I didn't, research everything I said, because I'm learning just like you, and I'm here to learn and grow with the lessons and blessings that God gave me. I'm just sharing this thought, and I hope it touched you. I hope it helps you grow and glow, and we can have a better conversation later. With that being said, peace and love. Enjoy your day.